Hey guys, welcome to Jars and Tanks.
So when I build tanks, I like to think of them as more of ecosystems. I like to include live plants. I like to include cleanup crew. I don't mind there being a little bit of algae on the walls. I like to think of it as a little kind of slice of nature that functions like that. Of course, I feed it, I do maintenance. It's not a closed ecosystem, but I do like for it to have a little bit of a wild, natural look. Having said that, I am willing to admit that this one got out of hand. So the Java moss has completely taken over this entire aquarium. To be honest with you, I bet you that the shrimp in this aquarium are loving it. They probably couldn't be happier. The Java moss providing so much surface area for algae to grow, which the shrimp are eating. And it is definitely functioning as an ecosystem right now, but it is a little bit of a mess to look at. So my goal today is to try to revive this tank. I want to just clean it up, make it, something that I could actually see into again as a start. And then once I've done that, maybe I'll think about maybe what I could add to this tank next. Maybe you guys will have some ideas that you could give to me. And I'm thinking that maybe, it's a nano tank, so something perhaps a beta or maybe a couple more tetras. I am obviously super limited on what I can do because of this tank's size. But if anybody has any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. Alright, so it's time to get to work. I'm going to see if I could remove as much of this Java moss as I can. I'll leave a little bit behind. I'm not going to take all of it out. I'll leave a little bit for it to start growing back again, but the bulk of this is going to come out. Alright, so here it is post cleanup. As you can see, I pulled out a lot of the plants. I didn't completely scrape off all the algae on the glass because I am adding these guys to my tank. And I figured the algae on the glass would be a nice little snack for them. Here, this guy was already in my tank, so you can kind of see that he's loving the algae on the side of the tank. So I figured I'd leave as much of it as I could to help these guys out for when they go in. I really do. I gotta clean this up. I gotta stir up the bottom of the tank really and try to kick as much of that up into the water column as I can so that it kind of gets caught by the filter, and hopefully all that dirt and nasty stuff down there will clear out over time. Got a lot of snails. There are a couple of fish neon tetras. I knew there were the neon tetras in there, but here they are. And we'll see how long until all this stuff grows back in and it's looking like it was before. But these guys now have been acclimating for a while. Let's see, if I pop the top up. I'll also be adding plenty of this stuff. This floating plant is duckweed. It does tend to grow pretty crazy, but it is the shrimp love it, and is also super helpful for the water quality. As long as if you have duckweed in your tank, your water quality is probably going to be just fine. All you have to do is stay on top of the duckweed and make sure you're clearing it out, because this stuff can grow crazy pretty quick. I mean, realistically, I could just leave this duckweed in the tank because it grows so fast. And that's what, sucks up the nutrients. It's growing so quickly, it's pulling the nutrients out of the water. And then you could just pull the duckweed out of the water and that kind of takes all the excess nutrients out. But it grows so quickly, I could probably just leave this, and maybe in a month or two, it would probably be covering the surface of the water and I have to be pulling some out. I ended up buying some duckweed anyway at the store while I was there because they were selling it and everything was half off anyway, so why not? I figured it would kind of give the tank a good jump start, give the shrimp something to cling on to, bring them up to the surface. Can't hurt. Alright, so hopefully these shrimp are nice and acclimated. Gonna give the bag a little tip and encourage them to start coming out into the water. I don't want to force it, I like for them to kind of come out on their own. You can do it. Took a couple of minutes, but we did eventually get the first shrimp exploring the outside of the bag. I'm sure these guys will discover the rest of the tank any minute now. See, I knew there was a good reason why I left this algae on the side of the tank. I love this guy's color. I'm really looking forward to what kind of color combinations I get as these guys breed going forward in this tank. I do have kind of a mix of colored shrimp, and a lot of times what happens with those is they produce brown shrimp, but that's okay, I like those ones too. Some people don't like the brown shrimp, but I think they're all pretty. Alright, and it's time to add the duckweed. Let's see. Alright, it's not too much. It's not too much. I thought it was going to be... Well, I was worried, I should say, that it was going to be too overwhelming, but that's just fine. That'll grow in. Give that a couple weeks, it'll probably be completely covering the tank. That's a good start, though. Alright, so I would say that this tank is back in action. I'm going to give everything some time to settle. Let these shrimp find their home, let them find their hiding spots. There should be a lot of nice hiding spots in here. And we will see what I can do with this tank going forward. Like I said, if anybody has any suggestions for what I could do with this tank, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to read them and take any suggestions that I like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try to be putting videos out more regularly, so if you guys want to subscribe, that would really help out. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the B-roll.